Namaste, Sanoni Snowflake here. We're currently in the in-between stages of Capricorn energies and Aquarius energies in the void of course moon. And you'll transit into Aquarius at 4:44 p.m. UK time. So that's within 36 minutes. So we're on the final chapter, chapter 12 of The Mastery of Love, a practical guide to the art of relationship. A Toltec wisdom book by Don Miguel Ruiz. He's the author of the 4 Agreements. Be impeccable with your word. Don't make assumptions and question everything. Don't take anything personally, and always do your best, knowing that your best isn't always going to be the same. So we're doing this in the void of course energies times, because that's a greater time to connect in with oneself, not to make any big decisions. Getting on with everyday tasks is absolutely fine, and connecting with source energy, the subatomic energies, God, Buddha, Allah, your inner heart, your deeper heart, your higher self, your intuitive self, whatever language you like to use. This is a wonderful time for it, and being in nature. So we're reading this in these energies to give this host body, Neve Deborah Coleman, and all us altars a bigger, faster, smoother healing, integration, aligning self process, and hopefully the same will happen for the viewer as well. Chapter 12, God within you. You are the force that plays with your mind and uses your body as its favourite toy to play and have fun with. That is the reason you are here. To play and have fun. Yippee! Woohoo! Hip hip hooray! We are born with the right to be so happy, with the right to enjoy life. We are not here to suffer. Whoever wants to suffer is welcome to suffer, but we don't have to suffer. Then why do we suffer? Because the whole world suffers. And we make the assumption that suffering is normal. Then we create a belief system to support that truth. Our religions tell us that we came here to suffer, that life is a valley of tears. Suffer today, have patience, and when you die you will have your reward. Sounds beautiful, but it isn't true. We choose to suffer because we learned to suffer. If we continue to make the same choices, we will continue to suffer. We know that too well, and that's why we're choosing to change. Thank you, my lovelies, it is, isn't it? The dream of the planet carries the story of humanity, the evolution of humans, and suffering is the result of human evolution. Humans suffer because we know. We know what we believe. We know all those lies. And because we can't fulfill all those lies, we suffer. It's not true that you go to hell or to heaven after you die. You live in hell or you live in heaven. But now, heaven and hell only exist in the level of the mind. If we suffer now, when we die we still suffer, because the mind doesn't die with the brain. The dream continues, and when our dream is hell, our brain dies and we are still dreaming in the same hell. The only difference between being dead and being asleep is that when we are sleeping, we can awake because we have a brain. When we are dead, we cannot awake because we don't have a brain. But the dream is there. Heaven or hell is here and now. You don't need to wait to die. If you take responsibility for your own life, for your own actions, then your future is in your hands. And you can live in heaven while the body is alive. The dream most humans create on this planet is obviously hell. This isn't right or wrong or good or bad. and there is no one to blame. Can we blame our parents? No. They did the best they could when they programmed you as a little child. Their own parents did the same with them, the best they could. If you have children, you couldn't know what else to do either. How can you blame yourself? To become aware doesn't mean you need to blame anyone or carry guilt for what you have done. How can we carry guilt or blame for a mental disease that is seriously contagious? You know, everything that exists is perfect. You are perfect just the way you are. You are. Yes, you are. You are perfect. That is the truth. You are a master. Even if you master anger and jealousy, your anger and jealousy are perfect. Even if you have a big drama going on in your life, it's perfect. It's beautiful. You can go to a movie like Gone with the Wind and cry for all that drama. Who says that hell is not beautiful? Hell can inspire you. Even hell is perfect because only perfection exists. Even if you dream hell in your life, you are perfect just the way you are. It is only knowledge that makes us believe we are not perfect. Knowledge is nothing more than a description of the dream. The dream is not real, so knowledge isn't real either. Wherever knowledge comes from, it is only real from one point of perception. Once you shift the perception, it is no longer real. We are never going to find ourselves with our knowledge. In the end, that is what we are looking for, to find ourselves, to be ourselves, to live our own life, instead of the life of the parasite, the life we were programmed to live. It isn't knowledge that will lead us to ourselves. It is wisdom. We have to make a distinction between knowledge and wisdom, because they are not the same. The main way to use knowledge is to communicate with each other, to agree on what we perceive. Knowledge is the only tool we have to communicate, because humans hardly communicate heart to heart. What is important is how we use our knowledge. Apologies for the interruption there. 16:16 is the time, our alarm, a double dose of rebirth. What is important is how we use our knowledge, because we become the slaves of knowledge and we are no longer free. Wisdom has nothing to do with knowledge. It has to do with freedom. When you are wise, you are free to use your own mind and run your own life. A healthy mind is free of the parasite. It is free again the way it was before domestication. When you heal your mind, when you break free of the dream, you are no longer innocent, but wise. You become just like a child again, in many ways, except for one big difference. A child is innocent, and that's why he can fall into suffering and unhappiness. The one who transcends the dream is wise. That is why she doesn't fall anymore, because now she knows. She also has knowledge of the dream. You don't need to accumulate knowledge to become wise. Anyone can become wise. Anyone. When you become wise, life becomes easy, because you become who you really are. It's difficult to try to be what you are not, to try to convince yourself and everyone else that you are what you are not. Trying to be what you are not expends all your energy. Being what you are doesn't require any effort. We look forward to that. We almost led ourselves to death on many different levels. We did, didn't we? We're really looking forward to this becoming easy and fun and playful, aren't we? Yeah! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! Yippee! The sun has got his hat on, he's coming out to play. Da 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 da. Every little cell in our body is happy, every little cell in our body is well. Every little cell in our body is happy, every little cell in our body is well. We're so glad every little cell in our body is happy and well. We're so glad every little cell in our body is happy and well. Whoop whoop. Our body's just clicking itself back into place there. Not back into place. Our body's clicking itself into alignment, which it's never had before. When you become wise, you don't have to use all those images you created. You don't have to pretend to be something else. You accept yourself the way you are, and the complete acceptance of yourself becomes the complete acceptance of everyone else. You no longer try to change other people or impose your point of view. You respect other people's beliefs. You accept your body and your own humanity with all the instincts of your body. There is nothing wrong with being an animal. We are animals, and animals always follow their instinct. We are humans, and because we are so intelligent, we learn to repress our instincts. We don't listen to what comes from the heart. That's why we go against our own body and try to repress the needs of the body or deny they exist. This is not wise. When you become wise, you respect your body, you respect your mind, you respect your soul. When you become wise, your life is controlled by your heart, not your head. You no longer sabotage yourself, your own happiness, or your own love. You no longer carry all that guilt and blame. You no longer have all those judgments against yourself, and you no longer judge anyone else. From that moment on, all the beliefs that make you happy, that push you to struggle in life, that make your life difficult, just vanish. Surrender all those ideas about being what you are not and become what you really are. When you surrender to your nature, to what you really are, you no longer suffer. When you surrender to the real you, you surrender to life. You surrender to God. Once you surrender, there is no longer a struggle. There is no resistance. There is no suffering. Being wise, you always go for the easy way, which is to be yourself, whatever you are. Suffering is nothing but resistance to God. The more you resist, the more you suffer. It is simple. Imagine that from one day to another, you awake from the dream and you are completely healthy. You no longer have wounds. You no longer have emotional poison. Imagine the freedom you are going to experience. Everything is going to make you happy just to be alive, wherever you go. Why? Because the healthy human being is not afraid to express love. You are not afraid to be alive, and you are not afraid to love. Imagine how you would live your life, how you would treat the people you are close to if you no longer had those wounds and that poison in your emotional body. In the mystery schools around the world, this is called the awakening. It is as if you awake one day, and you no longer have emotional wounds. When you no longer have those wounds in the emotional body, the boundaries disappear and you start to see everything as it is, not according to your belief system. When you open your eyes and you don't have those wounds, you become a skeptic, not to increase your personal importance by telling everyone how intelligent you are, or to make fun of other people who believe in all those lies. No, when you awake, you become a skeptic because it's clear in your eyes that the dream is not true. You open your eyes, you are awake, and everything becomes obvious. When you awake, you cross a line of no return, and you never see the world in the same way. You are still dreaming because you cannot avoid dreaming. Because dreaming is the function of the mind. But the difference is that you know it's a dream. Knowing that, you can enjoy the dream or suffer the dream. That depends on you. The awakening is like being at a party where there are thousands of people and everyone is drunk except you. You are the only sober person in the party. That is the awakening, because the truth is that most humans see the world through their emotional wounds, through their emotional poison, through their beer goggles. They don't have the awareness that they are living in a dream of hell. They aren't aware that they are living in a dream, just as fish swimming in water are not aware that they are living in water. When we awake, and we are the only sober person in the party where everyone is drunk, we can have compassion, because we were drunk too. We don't need to judge, not even people in hell, because we too were in hell. When you awake, your heart is an expression of the spirit, an expression of love, an expression of life. The awakening is when you have the awareness that you are life. When you are aware that you are the force that is life, anything is possible. Miracles happen all the time because those miracles are performed by the heart. The heart is in direct communion with the human soul, and when the heart speaks, even with the resistance of the head, something inside you changes. Your heart opens another heart, and true love is possible. There is an old story from India about the god, Brahma, who was all alone. Nothing existed but Brahma, and he was completely bored. Brahma decided to play a game, but there was no one to play the game with. So he created a beautiful goddess, Maya, just for the purpose of having fun. Once Maya existed and Brahma told her the purpose of her existence, she said, "Okay, let's play the most wonderful game. But you have to do what I tell you to do." Brahma agreed, and following Maya's instructions, he created the whole universe. Brahma created the sun and the stars, the moon and the planets. Then he created life on earth, the animals, the oceans, the atmosphere, everything. Maya said, "How beautiful is this world of illusion you created. Now, I want you to create a kind of animal that is so intelligent and aware that it can appreciate your creation." Finally, Brahma created humans, and after he finished the creation, he asked Maya when the game was going to start. "We will start right now," she said. She took Brahma and cut him into thousands of teeny tiny pieces. She put a piece inside every human and said, "Now the game begins. Duh, duh, duh. I'm going to make you forget what you are, and you are going to try to find yourself." Maya created the dream, and still, even today, Brahma is trying to remember who he is. Brahma is there inside you, and Maya is stopping you from remembering what you are. When you awake from the dream, you become Brahma again and reclaim your divinity. Then, if Brahma inside you says, "Okay, I am awake," what about the rest of me? You know the trick of Maya. And you can share the truth with others who are going to wake up too. 2 people who are sober in the party can have more fun. 3 people who are sober is even better. Begin with you. Then others will start to change, until the whole dream, the whole party is sober. The teachings that come from India, from the Toltecs, the Christians, the Greeks, from societies all over the world, come from the same truth. They talk about reclaiming your divinity and finding God within you. They talk about having your heart completely open and becoming wise. Can you imagine what kind of world this would be if all humans opened their hearts and found the love inside? Of course we can do it. Everyone can do it in his own way. It's not about following any imposed idea. It's about finding yourself and expressing yourself in your own particular way. That is why your life is an art. Toltec means artist of the spirit. The Toltecs are the ones who can express with the heart, the ones who have unconditional love. You are alive because of the power of God, which is the power of life. You are the force that is life. But because you are able to think at the level of the mind, you forget what you really are. Then it's easy to see someone else and say, "Oh, there is God. God will be responsible for everything. God will come save me. God will save me." No. God has just come to tell you, to tell the God in you, to be aware, to make a choice, to have the courage to work through all your fears and change them. So you are no longer afraid of love. The fear of love is one of the biggest fears that humans have. Why? Because in the dream of the planet, a broken heart means, poor me. Perhaps you wonder, if we are truly life or God, why don't we know it? Because we are programmed not to know. We are taught, you are a human. These are your limitations. Then we limit our possibilities by our own fears. You are what you believe you are. Humans are powerful magicians. When you believe you are what you are, then that is what you are. And you can do that because you are life, God, intent. You have the power to make yourself what you are right now. But it's not your reasoning mind that controls your power. It's what you believe. You see, everything is about belief. Whatever we believe rules our experience, rules our life. The belief system we create is like a little box we put ourselves inside of. We cannot escape because we believe we cannot escape. That is our situation. Humans create their own boundaries, their own limitations. We say what is humanly possible and what is not possible. Then, just because we believe it, it becomes truth for us. The prophecies of the Toltecs have foreseen the beginning of a new world. A new humanity where humans take responsibility for their own beliefs, for their own lives. The time is coming when you will become your own guru. You don't need other humans to tell you what the will of God is. Now it's you and God face to face without any intermediary. You were searching for God and you found God within you. God is no longer there outside you. When you know that the power that is life is inside you, you accept your own divinity, and yet you are humble because you see the same divinity in everyone else. You see how easy it is to understand God because everything is a manifestation of God. The body is going to die. The mind is going to dissolve also, but not you. You are immortal. You exist for billions of years in different manifestations because you are life and life cannot die. You are in the trees, the butterflies, the fish, the air, the moon, the sun. Wherever you go, you are there, waiting for yourself. Your body is a temple, a living temple where God lives. Your mind is a living temple where God lives. God is living within you as life. The proof that God lives within you is that you are alive. Your life is the proof. Of course, in your mind there is garbage and emotional poison, but God is also there. You don't have to do anything to reach God, to reach enlightenment, to awaken. There is no one who can take you to God. Whoever says they will take you to God is a liar, because you are already there. There's only one living being, and want it or not, resist it or not, effortlessly, you are with God already. The only thing left is to enjoy your life, to be alive, to heal your emotional body so you can create your life in such a way that you openly share all the love inside you. The whole world can love you, but that love will not make you happy. What will make you happy is the love coming out of you. That is the love that will make a difference, not the love everyone has for you. Your love for everyone is your half. The other half can be a tree. It can be a dog, It can be a cloud. You are one half. The other half is what you perceive. You are the half as a dreamer, and the dream is the other half. You are always free to love. If your choice is to be in a relationship and your partner is playing the same game, what a gift. When your relationship is completely out of hell, you will love yourself so much that you don't need each other at all. By your own will, you get together and create beauty. And what the two of you are going to create is a dream of heaven. You have already mastered fear and self-rejection. Now you are returning to self-love. You can be so strong and so powerful that with your self-love, you transform your personal dream from fear to love, from suffering to happiness. Then, just like the sun, you are giving light and giving love all the time, with no conditions. When you love with no conditions, you, the human, and you, the God, align with the spirit of life moving through you. Your life becomes the expression of the beauty of the spirit. Life is nothing but a dream. And if you create your life with love, your dream becomes a masterpiece of art. Yes, your dream becomes a masterpiece of art. About the authors. Don Miguel Ruiz is the international best-selling author of The Four Agreements. The Four Agreements, companion book, The Mastery of Love, The Voice of Knowledge, The Circle of Fire, and The Fifth Agreement with Don Jose Riez. His books have sold over 10 million copies in the United States and have been translated into 40 languages worldwide. Riez has dedicated his life to imparting the wisdom of the ancient Toltec. Today, he continues to share his unique blend of ancient wisdom and modern-day awareness through lectures, workshops, and journeys to sacred sites around the world. For information about current programs offered by Don Miguel Ruiz and his sons, Don Miguel Ruiz Jr. and Don Jose Riez, please visit miguelruiz.com, MiguelRuiz.com. Janet Mills is the founder of Amber Allen Publishing. She is also the co-author with Don Miguel Ruiz of 6 books in the Toltec Wisdom series, creator of the 4 Agreements for a Better Life online course, and editor of Deepak Chopra's best-selling title, The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. Her life's mission is to publish books of enduring beauty, integrity, and wisdom, and to inspire others to fulfill their most cherished dreams. Sometime. And then it's got also from Amber Allen Publishing, The Mastery of Love audiobook, The 4 Agreements, The 4 Agreements audiobook, The 4 Agreements companion book, The 4 Agreements illustrated edition, The Circle of Fire, formerly published as Prayers, The Voice of Knowledge audiobook, The 5th Agreement, The 5th Agreement audiobook, Toltec Wisdom card decks. We don't have them yet, do we? We've got the Dr. Amaruta ones. You wanted them, but we weren't allowed. Maybe for our birthday, okay? The 4 Agreements for a Better Life online course. And they're also available in Spanish. And now we're just going to do the prayers. So we invite you to bring your attention and your awareness into your body. Having a subtle shake or vigorous shake. Stamping your feet if you need to get yourself really feeling grounded. And then breathing in for your mouth or for your nose. Breathing in for your mouth, your nose, then your mouth. Breathing in for your nose, your mouth, and then your nose. And sighing on the exhalation. Long, deep, slow breaths, perhaps with a gentle pause at the top, and then seeing if you can inhale some more. And sighing and shaking on the exhalation. Exhaling for your mouth. Exhaling for your nose. Exhaling for your nose, then your mouth, then your nose. Or your mouth, then your nose, then your mouth. And then pausing gently at the bottom and seeing if you can let out just some more until you naturally inhale again. We invite you to sit back, to stand back, to lay down, to relax, to unwind, rewind and relax. And to close your eyes if you want to go into your internal world. Please take a moment to close your eyes, open your heart, and feel all the love that is coming from your heart. I want you to join me in a special prayer to experience a communion with our Creator. Expand to fulfill the biggest need of the human body. To breathe. Take a deep breath and feel the air as it fills your lungs. Feel how the air is made of love. Notice the connection between the air and the lungs. Noticing the sounds around you, but only in a distant awareness, bringing the calm amidst the chaos. Expand your lungs with air until your body has the need to expel that air. Then exhale and feel the pleasure again. When we fulfill any need of the human body, it gives us pleasure. To breathe gives us pleasure. Just to breathe is enough for us to always be happy, to enjoy life. Just to be alive is enough. Feel the pleasure of being alive, the pleasure of feeling love. Prayer for awareness. Today, Creator of the universe, we ask that you open our heart and open our eyes so we can enjoy all of your creations and live in eternal love with you. Help us to see you in everything we perceive with our eyes, with our ears, with our heart, with all our senses. Let us perceive with eyes of love, so that we find you wherever we go and see you in everything you create. Let us see you in every cell of our body, in every emotion of our mind, in every dream, in every flower, in every person we meet. You cannot hide from us, because you are everywhere, and we are one with you. Let us be aware of this truth. Let us be aware of our power to create a dream of heaven where everything is possible. Help us to use our imagination to guide the dream of our life, the magic of our creation, so we can live without fear, without anger, without jealousy, without envy. Give us a light to follow, and let today be the day that our search for love and happiness is over. Today, let something extraordinary happen that will change our life forever. Let everything we do and say be an expression of the beauty in our heart, always based on love. Help us to be the way you are, to love the way you love, to share the way you share, to create a masterpiece of beauty and love. the same way that all of your creations are masterpieces of beauty and love. Beginning today and gradually over time, help us to increase the power of our love so that we may create a masterpiece of art, our own life. Today, Creator, we give you all of our gratitude and love because you have given us life. Amen. 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 Nama. 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 Prayer for self-love. Today, Creator of the universe, we ask that you help us to accept ourselves just the way we are, without judgment. Help us to accept our mind the way it is, with all our emotions, our hopes and dreams, our personality, our unique way of being. Help us to accept our body just the way it is, with all its beauty and perfection. Let the love we have for ourselves be so strong that we never again reject ourselves or sabotage our happiness, our freedom and love. From now on, let every action, every reaction, every thought, every emotion be based on love. Help us, Creator, to increase our self-love until the entire dream of our life is transformed. From fear and drama to love and joy. Let the power of our self-love be strong enough to break all the lies we were programmed to believe. All the lies that tell us we are not good enough or strong enough or intelligent enough, that we cannot make it. Let the power of our self-love be so strong that we no longer need to live our life according to other people's opinions. Let us trust ourselves completely to make the choices we must make. With our self-love, we are no longer afraid to face any responsibility in our life or face any problems and resolve them as they arise, 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 arise. Whatever we want to accomplish, let it be done with the power of our self-love. Starting today, help us to love ourselves so much that we never set up any circumstances that go against us. We can live our life being ourselves and not pretending to be someone else just to be accepted by other people. We no longer need other people to accept us or tell us how good we are, because we know what we are. with the power of our self-love. Let us enjoy what we see every time we look in the mirror. Let there be a big smile on our face that enhances our inner and outer beauty. Help us to feel such intense self-love that we always enjoy our own presence. Let us love ourselves without judgment, because when we judge, we carry blame and guilt. We have the need for punishment, and we lose the perspective of your love. Strengthen our will to forgive ourselves in this moment. Clear our minds of emotional poison and self-judgments so we can live in complete peace and love. Let our self-love be the power that changes the dream of our life. With this new power in our hearts, the power of self-love, let us transform every relationship we have, beginning with the relationship we have with ourselves. Help us to be free of any conflict with others. Let us be happy to share our time with our loved ones and to forgive them for any injustice we feel in our mind. Help us to love ourselves so much that we forgive anyone who has ever hurt us in our life. Give us the courage to love our family and friends unconditionally, and to change our relationships in the most positive and loving way. Help us to create new channels of communication in our relationships so there is no war of control. There is no winner or loser. Together, let us work as a team for love, for joy, for harmony. Let our relationships with our family and friends be based on respect and joy so we no longer have the need to tell them how to think or how to be. Let our romantic relationship be the most wonderful relationship. Let us feel joy every time we share ourselves with our partner. Help us to accept others just the way they are, without judgment. Because when we reject them, we reject ourselves. When we reject ourselves, we reject you. Today is a new beginning. And we are in the Aquarius energies now. Grandma Moon has transited into Aquarius with the Capricorn energies of the new moon still. Help us to start our life over beginning today with the power of self-love. Help us to enjoy our life, to enjoy our relationships, to explore life, to take risks, to be alive, and to no longer live in fear of love. Let us open our heart to the love that is our birthright. Help us to become masters of gratitude, generosity, and love so that we can enjoy all of your creations forever and ever. Forever and ever. Help us to become masters of gratitude, of generosity, and love so that we can enjoy all of your creations forever and ever. Nema, Nema, Nema. Amen. 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 Nema, Nema, Nema. Namaste, Zanoni Snowflake. The Shinto yoga experience.